Today's lesson will explore theme. The theme of a piece is the main idea or central topic. Usually a piece of literature has a theme or an underlying meaning. There are many different forms of art, including visual art, music, and literature, that have themes. So in order to understand a theme, you should ask yourself, what is the story attempting to teach, or what is the artist or author trying to say about life or people? Themes usually express a universal truth, that is, a common experience or emotion or feeling that almost all people can basically agree upon. Themes can make significant statements about human nature or the world. They can be very specific, so we're studying American literature, and many of the themes in American lit reveal something significant about life in America or about American people. We have a unique set of ideals and beliefs and experiences, as do most places in the world. So themes can also express the author's opinion about a subject. Oftentimes an author will choose a subject to write about and then use the story to share their feelings about it. The author can express his opinion and builds the theme through the character, setting, and plot. Some common themes that you've probably come across in literature are listed here. So good versus evil is probably one of the first themes that you were exposed to as a child. Many fairy tales and stories for young children deal with this theme in order to teach right from wrong. Good usually wins in the end and is celebrated over evil. This is also the time when you're introduced to heroes. They're probably more stereotypical when you're young, so the hero is usually depicted as strong and brave and attractive. But this theme persists in a more subtle way as you grow older and you're experienced to other types of heroes. The theme of friendship is also instilled in a child at a young age, and later in life, as you learn more about the world, you may find more stories surrounding themes like justice, courage, survival, loneliness, and love and jealousy are also common themes in literature as you grow up, as well as honor, war, and greed. And of course, we have the American dream. So as mentioned in the last slide, there are prevalent themes in particular areas of the world, and much of the American literature that we read deals with the theme of the American dream. So the American dream is an expression you've probably heard before, and it encompasses a lot of ideas. The American dream promises freedom and equality and opportunity to all people, regardless of their race, gender, ethnicity, or religion. So it's the idea that one can start from nothing and work his or her way up to the top. It says that as long as a person works hard, he or she will be successful. And success in this case is defined by both money and happiness. So a person living the American dream will live comfortably, enjoying material items, and also have a happy life and a happy family. If we delve a little deeper into the dream, we can break down the major components of the dream. So we've already discussed opportunity. The idea that anyone in the country has the possibility or opportunity to achieve the dream. But land and home ownership is also a guarantee of the American dream. So part of living the dream is having your own home. It's usually a modest home in the suburbs with a white picket fence and a nice yard. If a person is living the American dream, they also enjoy a particular status that comes along with it. So they tend to be respected and admired by their neighbors, their coworkers, their family members, anybody in their community really. As mentioned before, although the dream isn't really about materialism and money, it certainly is a part of it. It does play a factor. So this isn't to say that people living the dream are extremely wealthy, but they do live comfortably. Okay, so in other words, a mortgage, groceries, and other necessities aren't a struggle for somebody living the dream. In the 1950s, when the country was flourishing economically and the American dream was in the hearts and minds of almost all American people, they paid close attention to traditional family roles. It wasn't like how it is today, where we have a wide range of diverse families and stay-at-home dads, and we have a new idea of what family means today. But then it was quite common for the man to be the one to go to work and be the breadwinner, the woman to tend to the house and the children were usually encouraged to be popular. So if you think of the typical American dream family, you might imagine a dad in a business suit getting ready to go to work, a mom standing over the sink washing the dishes, and two popular, attractive children, a prom queen daughter and a quarterback son. So clearly, the dream has changed over time. And previously discussed was the idea that the American dream did not guarantee wealth, but did guarantee comfortable living. If you take a look at these two pictures, you're going to notice a stark contrast between what people believe to be living the dream in the 1950s and what people think living the dream is today. So our values have changed, and today it's more important than ever to be famous and not just enjoy a high status among your neighbors, but to be well recognized, to be on TV, and most of the population knows your name. It's also important to have multiple cars now, not just regular cars, fancy ones. So back then it was, the family sedan and everybody had to share it, but now everybody gets their own car. The concept of what a nice house is has gone from a little practical place in the suburbs to 8-bedroom mansions. And what's really ironic about this is that more than ever, the dream remains elusive. So as our standards and expectations are rising, the dream is becoming less and less of a reality and more impossible to achieve. So I want you to think about Of Mice and Men in terms of the specific theme of the American dream. What is Lenny and George's idea of the American dream? I want you to write a list of 5 things that are most important to them. And the list shouldn't be rabbits, chickens, goats, and alfalfa patch. It shouldn't be a list of things that are in the dream, but instead include the things that George and Lenny value. So in other words, what does it mean to them to live the dream? And for our next class, be prepared to continue our discussion of themes, specifically the theme of the American dream. And remember, in life, the test comes first and learning the lesson follows.